going to NASA for the first time. It's just an amazing thing to kind of experience firsthand, to see the hallways and rooms where these people worked. Some of the consoles are still there. I mean, to see some of the spacecraft and to see some of the vestiges of what the place was like in the 60s. I really wanted to make sure, or everyone playing an astronaut in the movie got to see that.
There's something about getting to spend time with people who are actively exploring the universe and trying to find the origins of life. It was really inspiring.
Hopefully NASA will get us to the moon, Mars, and whatever from that launch pad.
The idea that I would get to play an astronaut and I would get to go to NASA and have complete access to all of their training tools and all the crazy projects they're working on there, I would have told you you're crazy and that'll never happen. It really is like childhood dream stuff.
Being able to go into Houston and Cape Canaveral, that's just like getting a backstage pass.
You see those images your whole life, the launch pads and mission control, you know, Houston, we have a problem, all that stuff. To actually be there and see it and experience it in the way that we got to experience it was awesome.
You have to take this home, right?
That's right. Everybody gets one.
Everything in here is from the moon.
This is the Apollo 11 cabinet.
Those visits to NASA, we were able to see sort of some of what they were working on.
Wow, that's incredible.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, it's so cool.
Seeing the Apollo 11 capsule was really wonderful to help ground us in the reality of it.
Just seeing a Saturn V rocket laying on its side, it gives you an idea of what these guys were climbing into and what they were doing.
This is the one engine that would burn to get you on a trajectory to the moon.
When I was first cast in this, the thing I was most excited about was actually going to space camp. You know, since I was a kid, I wanted to do that.
It allows the crew members to work together in an environment that's not natural for them.
We did these tests, all these things that the astronauts do themselves, where they were all training. I mean, it's amazing.
You're gonna go full forward to max.
Do I use the trim for this, or I just...
Yeah, you can use the trim.
We did a bunch of time on the pogo training apparatus. Pogo's the one where you're standing upright and you're in the harness, and it basically simulates what it feels like to walk on the moon.
All right, so you are on the moon now. It's a good time to show off with the one-handed push-ups.
And then Argos is where you're laying down and you're in harnesses. It essentially recreates what it feels like to be weightless in space.
The senses that you will get when you touch things is perfect.
Oh, this is great, boys.
And they were super generous, you know, driving around in the cars, getting up, you know, in the Mars vehicles.
On board.
They're testing tires and rocks and movement and chassis and alignment.
A rover like this will be suitable for Moon or Mars.
So what would it take to roll this?
We got it rated about 52 degrees.
It was awesome. Like the little car that goes every direction possible.
That was a great first step into the NASA world.
You're good to go.
Wow.
It sets a sense of awe, but it also makes it real. It's not like some fantastical, imaginary place. It's actually very practical and hands-on.
I found that environment to be really informative. There's a seriousness about what they were doing, but there was so much joy that they got to do this dream job, all of them. It's very cool.
I got my Halloween costume. It was pretty incredible. 3 days of the research, you don't get a chance to have that very often. It was important for us as far as camaraderie.
It was amazing, the people we got to meet, the personal stories, people who were there on the day. These are things that you just can't make up.
He turned to me and I looked at him and we did one of these. Well, why not?
You could feel the history in there. It was really a moment I'll never forget.
It was a very, very surreal process, sort of an opportunity that I still can't believe I got to have. It's really one of the greatest privileges I've ever had.